probably had some experience with before, but there will be a lot of things that we do in life with this. So get a sheet of paper out so you can take some notes. Again, it should be very quick. Again, the more it's like a baby walk. The more you do it, easier it's going to get. All right. So again, let's get that sheet of paper out. We're going to start with working on these exponential functions. All right. All right. So what we're going to show you today is how to do the inverse of a function. Okay. So you can title your note inverse of a function. Okay, so I'm just real quick. So let's say I have a function f of x equals 2x plus 6. Okay, so you have different steps. First step is make it into an equation. Okay, so while I'm making an equation, I'm just changing my f of x to a y. So it's going to be y equals 2x plus 6. Okay, second step, we're going to switch the x and y. So I'm going to change these letters. All right, so this now is going to be x equals 2y plus 6. Okay, all I did was switch that. Now my third step, we're going to solve for y. So just like a regular equation, I'm going to solve for y. So I'm going to solve for y. Let's move that 6 from one side to the other. So I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides of equal sign, because again, that cancels out. These are not like terms, so that's going to stay. X minus 6 equals 2y. And finish solving for y. Now we're going to divide by the coefficient, divide by 2. Now, when I divide by 2, I don't divide one thing, I divide everything. You hear me? Not everything, everything. Divide by 2. Okay, so let me switch that around. So now it's going to be y equals, now let's split this up. So x over 2, that keeps it as a fraction. Because remember, the coefficient of that x is a 1. So that's the same thing as 1/2 x. Minus, and yes, I can divide this also by 2. 6 divided by 2, I get 3. This gets 3. All right? All right, so all that is simplified. So x over 2, same thing as 1/2 x. 6 over 2, same thing as 3. Okay, if that was a 5, it'd be x over 5, be 1/5 x. Okay, same thing. Okay, so now my next step, last step, is to rewrite in function form. Okay, so now just change my y to f of x. But for inverse, you put a -1. That -1 means inverse. So that's what my equation, my inverse is, 1/2 x minus 3. Okay, so again, for all of these, always follow these steps. Again, first one, make into an equation. 2, switch the x and y. 3, solve for y. And 4, rewrite in function form. Okay, so now I want you to try a problem on your own. Okay, I want you to find the inverse. All right, so let's say I just give a different, it still doesn't matter. Say g of x equals, let's go 7x plus 35. Okay, and I want you to write the inverse of that function. Okay, so pause here. Okay, so now let's see if you did this right. Remember our steps. We'll make this to a regular equation. So we'll go y equals 7x plus 35. Next step, switch the x and y. So it'll be x equals 7y plus 35. Now we're going to solve for y. So we're going to subtract 35 from both sides of the equal sign. Okay, that cancels out. So left side I have x minus 35 equals 7y. Then we divide not everything, but everything by 7. I'm just flipping it out because I like it with the y on the left side. So y equals, again, x over 7 is the same thing as 1 over 7x. minus, because that's right here, and then we can divide here, because 35 divided by 7 is 5. Okay, so now when I write it as an equation, g of x, the negative 1 means inverse, 1 over 7x minus 5. Okay, so I just want to give one more example, so just follow along as I go on here. So let's say I have f of x equals x squared minus 17. Okay, so everything still stays the same. This time we have an x squared in here. So again, y equals x squared minus 17. Switch the x and y. X equals y squared minus 17. Now let's solve for y. Remember, anytime you're solving, really doing the opposite. So really you're doing your order of operations in the reverse order. So that's why you got to do your addition subtraction parts first, all right? So I'm going to add 17 to both sides of equal sign. It gives me x plus 17 equals y squared. So remember, we always do the opposite. So when I do the opposite of squaring, the opposite of squaring is square root. So remember, just like before, I don't just square root one thing, I square root everything. Because when you square root y squared, that just cancels that out and you just have y. So I'm going to flip this around. It'll be y equals square root x plus 17. Okay. There's nothing else to do with here. So right here is your answer, but we still got to change it into our function form. So it'll be f of x, don't forget with the negative 1, equals square root x plus 17. Okay. Now this video should help you out with at least the first part of the Delta math. I will, on the next Google Meet in class, have another video posted because we're going over some more things as far as exponential, as far as things for our savings accounts and things like that. All right. So that's why make sure you understand that. Again, if you need more help, sign up for office hours. Again, we got to get through this. Let's finish your assignments on time. Stop waiting till the last minute to do your things, okay? And then you can get to the test and you don't know what's going on. Again, if you do what I asked you to do, you have no problem. Again, we're transitioning to back into school, so you got to get ready to roll, all right? Okay, so again, good luck. Let's do your best.